Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a early LEGO Harry Potter 2024 set review. Today we're looking at set number 76429. This is the Talking Sorting Hat set. This is going to be retailing for $99.99 USD or $129.99 Canadian. It sounds like a lot for sure for what you are getting. I think it might be a bit off-putting, but it is groundbreaking and revolutionary because you can see, if I turn this thing around on the back, this, again, if you couldn't tell from the title, it has 31 different sound combinations. That's right, this set actually can talk, and I'm so excited to show off that feature, and that's what we're going to get started with first, is showing you that brick that lets this thing talk. So here it is. Here's what all the fuss is about, this new brick, and it's so cool. Oh my goodness, just watch and listen.
Ah, yes, you belong in Gryffindor. Better be Gryffindor. Yes, clearly you belong in Hufflepuff.
There you go, that's me. I'm a Hufflepuff. Just listening to a couple of them.
Yes, Gryffindor.
It sounds like it's just a bunch of combinations of different versions.
Gryffindor.
Like he'll just say the house, or he'll say, or he'll just say, you know, the different lines.
There's nothing hidden in your head the sorting hat can't see. So try me on and I will tell you where you ought to be.
So that one's a bit different. That's cool. So here it is all built up, and I think that the shaping of this and some of the brick pieces used for this is just like so smart. I love the shaping of this, the colors as well, just some of the details in this, but obviously you want to see, and here it talks. So let's do that. Just pull down on the tip of the hat.
You belong in Ravenclaw.
And what's cool about it is if you don't push down all the way, you definitely feel when it does activate the brick inside, but you can see just jiggling this, it'll actually move the mouth, so when you pull down, you can sort of puppeteer it.
Ah, yes, Gryffindor.
Which I think is a lot of fun. It's very easy to detach from the base and also reattach. You just gotta line that up properly and drop it on in. So I don't know how I did that disappearing trick with the gold trim there. That was interesting. But yeah, it is easy to put on and off. But this is the stand, and you can spin it around and decide which house you want to actually have facing you. What I think is really cool is that these are all actually prints. These aren't stickers, which is such a nice little detail. Most of the actual detailed pieces in the set are all printed, which I think sort of helps justify that price a little bit. On the inside of this build, there are 4 colored bricks. Look at that. Got these fun little colors inside. So there's actually 2 ways of sorting yourself and having him speak. Of course, pushing down, but also underneath. And this is what the under bit looks like. You can see a bunch of the interior as well as the sound brick. I don't know if you could see that there with those lines. That's how the sound is being amplified. It shoots out the bottom. But inside here, you can see in the center, when you push down on that, it actually moves it as well, which means that you can sort people from actually putting this
Ravenclaw.
onto their head. So, gonna need some assistance here. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Bella. Yes, my dog, she is actually 15 years old, and she's gonna be my unwilling assistant. She is getting some treats, which she is actually more interested in than the hat. Sorry, George. Eventually, I got her to sit down, and she was calmer when I ran out of treats, and she was just sitting there. So here she is, getting sorted.
You belong in Slytherin.
But here's the hat on its own, and again, just giving it a bit of a twirl around here. You could see like some of the part usage. This piece here, like a rock piece being used for the shaping and wrinkles of the hat, is so smart. I love this trim around the whole bottom there. Now you've sort of got like the tassels in the back. But in order to get to the sound brick, it's very easy. You just pull down on this bit here. You just sort of pull down on the brick, and it's pretty easy to remove, and you just sort of remove it and play around with it. And then to attach it back, it's just like that, really easy. So yeah, the mechanisms for this is really cool. I want to show you it, and there's a hidden little reference inside here. When you pull this apart, what is all that? Well, inside of the head, there are 4 items. And those 4 items represent each of the houses. We have the Sword of Gryffindor, the Hufflepuff Cup, the Ravenclaw Diadem, and then the Slytherin Locket. Now that the whole thing is open and exposed, I want to show you this in action and how it actually works. It's really simple. You, again, push down on this, and what that does is it lifts up this whole mechanism, and the little stamp piece pushes into the sound brick. And when it lifts up, of course, that's what's lifting and moving the mechanisms for the mouth and the eyes. And then if you push far enough down, you get a sound. There's a few more really cool details here down below, like this sticker here that is not printed, but I think it makes sense because it is a really large piece. I'm not sure if they've ever actually printed on those large pieces. And same with this over here. This is another sticker that you get, and it's just cool little details, stitches and scratches. But this piece over here, this curved piece appears twice, of course, next to each other. That is a printed piece, which is just a really cool detail here. But I love all the little dark brown pieces throughout this, as well as the actual tip of this. We didn't say what that was. This is actually one of the horn pieces from Ninjago, and they've taken a little stamp piece and you just attach it there, and that's really cool. Never thought of that, and again, that's how the whole thing moves. I think it's nice that it's actually blacked out the mouth there, and it's not like you could see any of the gears. The eyes, I feel like maybe could have been a little bit more concave and a bit of a dent in there, but one of the things that I like is that when you're building it, they have you actually put these 2 pieces, you build them the exact same way, but instead of putting them the same direction, you flip one of them on one side so that it just sort of creates an unevenness to the face. There is actually a minifigure included in this set, and you get a minifigure scale version of the Sorting Hat as well as an exclusive Harry. So while the hat, this molded piece, is really cool from 2018, we have a new Harry. The torso is not new. It's a version of the students before they're sorted, but it's the face. You could see he's closing his eyes, trying to will the sorting hat. And then you could see when he gets sorted into Gryffindor, he gets really excited there, and he's happy about that. And as is tradition with 18+ sets, we have to look at the instructions here. And you can see when we open this up, here's George, who I was just talking about here. You can see he's putting the hat on. He's got some Hogwarts robes on. And if you want to pause and read a little blurb about him talking about the set, you could also read about the history of the Sorting Hat here and a little bit about the first ever Lego Sorting Hat down below. You can see this picture of Draco being sorted there. Anyways, everyone, that is my review of the talking sorting hat. I think it's crazy to look back at, like, when we first heard about this, I was like, okay, that's fine. It'll be a nice display piece, go with the other helmets. But then when we see this thing in action, we hear it talking, we see it moving, and it just has blown me away. I think it's really crazy. I know, obviously, the price is a lot for people to swallow. And I think that this will interest just general Harry Potter fans that'll just buy it like that without even thinking twice about the price. But I do actually want to compare it to something. Looking at the latest Spider-Man mask, the Spider-Man helmet actually is $70. This is $100. This does have a minifigure, which I also think is important to make note of. It's exclusive to the set. You also have a ton of prints. Both sets do. A couple stickers for both of them as well. This has about 100 more pieces. So if you look at it that way, $30 more than that set, which is also overpriced in its own right. And with the new revolutionary sound brick, I can see how we've wound up at this price. But I have no doubt that it'll go on sale eventually. But I want to hear your thoughts. Like, I look around my room and I see Bowser, I see Batmobiles, Star Wars ships, the other helmets, other vehicles. I look at the Pac-Man set and imagine every time you move the joystick, it made a sound. Like, there's so much potential for the sound brick. I want to hear your thoughts, your ideas of where you want to see this appear in a set next. And if you are interested in seeing more Harry Potter content, be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notifications so you don't miss out on future LEGO Harry Potter set news and reviews. I have a playlist linked at the end here of what other 2024 sets we've looked at here on the channel so far. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.